Before The Exorcist terrified millions, A Real Boy in 1949 went through an ordeal that inspired it all. This is the true story that Hollywood turned into legend. In post-war America, a family's nightmare would become the world's most famous horror story. But what really happened in that house, and how much of it was true? It began in Mount Rainier, Maryland in January 1949. A 14-year-old boy, given the pseudonym Roland Doe to protect his identity, lived here with his parents and grandmother. His aunt, a spiritualist, had introduced him to the Ouija board as a way to communicate with the dead. When his beloved aunt died suddenly, Roland became obsessed with contacting her spirit. It started with scratching sounds in the walls, like mice or rats. But exterminators found nothing. No mice, no rats, no explanation. Then and objects began moving by themselves. Pictures fell from walls, furniture slid across floors. Reverend Luther Miles Schulze documented the phenomena and recommended the family seek help from the Catholic Church. Father Albert Hughes agreed to investigate what would become one of the most documented cases in church history. What Father Hughes witnessed would challenge everything he believed about the natural world. If you're finding this story as fascinating as we are, hit that like button and subscribe for more mysterious true stories. And let us know in the comments, do you believe in supernatural phenomena? Now let's dive deeper into what Father Hughes discovered. Father Albert Hughes arrived at the family home on February 17, 1949. He found Roland in his bedroom, apparently normal during daylight hours. But as darkness fell, the phenomena began. Furniture moved without explanation. Father Hughes meticulously documented everything. Unexplained scratches are appearing on Roland's body. Medical examinations found no physical cause for the marks or the boy's condition. Father Hughes consulted with his superiors. The church rarely approved exorcisms, but the evidence was compelling. Permission was granted for a formal exorcism. The first exorcism was performed on March 9, 1949. Father Hughes was injured when a piece of furniture struck him during the ceremony. Desperate, the family relocated to St. Louis, Missouri, seeking help from Jesuit priests. Father William Bowdern, an experienced Jesuit, agreed to take on the case. Roland was admitted to Alexian Brothers Hospital for observation and treatment. But the phenomena continued. Nurses reported objects moving, strange sounds, and unexplained events. Over the next month, Father Bowdern performed multiple exorcism sessions. More than 30 people witnessed the events, including doctors, nurses, and fellow priests. By April 1949, the case had lasted over 3 months. Father Bowdern remained determined, believing he was fighting for the boy's soul. On the night of April 18th, the final confrontation began. Then, suddenly, there was calm. Roland spoke normally for the first time in months. The phenomena stopped completely. No more moving objects, no more scratches, no more voices. The family returned to Maryland, hoping to resume their normal lives. Roland grew up to live a completely normal life, with no memory of the events. For 20 years, the case remained buried in church archives. Until writer William Peter Blatty learned about it while researching supernatural phenomena. Blatty used the case as inspiration for his novel The Exorcist, published in 1971. 2 years later, William Friedkin adapted it into the legendary horror film. The film became a cultural phenomenon, terrifying audiences worldwide. Before we reveal the truth behind this incredible story, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Join our community of mystery lovers and true crime enthusiasts. Now, let's examine what really happened and separate fact from fiction. So what really happened to Roland Doe in 1949? Over 30 credible witnesses, including medical professionals, documented the events. Modern psychiatrists suggest that Roland may have suffered from mental illness or severe trauma. The intense religious and social pressure of the time may have influenced the boy's behavior. Some researchers classify it as a poltergeist case, often linked to adolescent psychological stress. Yet certain elements remain unexplained, even by modern psychological understanding. The sheer number of independent witnesses makes complete fabrication unlikely. The Catholic Church still performs exorcisms today, though rarely and with strict protocols. Roland never experienced anything similar again and lived a completely ordinary life. Regardless of the truth, the case profoundly impacted American culture and horror entertainment. The debate continues: supernatural possession, mental illness, or elaborate hoax? Believers point to the consistency of witness accounts and unexplained physical evidence. The 1940s were a time of limited understanding about mental health and psychological disorders. Some questions may never be answered, lost to time and the participants' silence. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere between the extremes of belief and skepticism. What remains certain is humanity's enduring fascination with the unexplained. The case of Roland Doe reminds us that reality can be stranger than fiction. A frightened boy's ordeal became one of cinema's most terrifying stories. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, the case raises profound questions about the nature of reality. In the end, we may never know what truly happened in that Maryland house in 1949. Roland Doe lived the rest of his life in anonymity, taking his secrets to the grave. What do you think really happened? Was it possession, mental illness, or something else entirely? Some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. 10-minute story every day, a new pill of curiosity.